But we now switch over to the gold medal match. We said both matches had stories behind them, and this one certainly has. It's Jody Vermeulen and Mike Schlusser for the Netherlands going up against Tanja Gelantine and Stefan Hansen of Denmark.
You have some of the greatest teams in mixed team competition for you this morning. Ladies and gentlemen, shooting on target number 1, representing the Netherlands, two-time World Cup silver medalist Jody Vermeulen, and multiple-time champion of the world, Mr. Perfect, Mike Schlusser. Shooting on target number 2, representing Denmark, Ankara 2016 Team Indoor Champion of the World, Tanja Gelantine. And Copenhagen 2015 Champion of the World, Stefan Hansen. The line judge for this matchup is Tanwir Ahmed.
Right, here we go. Netherlands versus Denmark, two incredibly strong teams here.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Netherlands will shoot first on target 1.
And it will be the Dutch archers who will shoot first on target number 1. Stories to tell throughout here. I'm going to start with the Netherlands as they're shooting first. Mr. Perfect, I'm guessing he's getting bored of being called that everywhere he goes. He is the world number 2 at the moment. Teams up with Jody Vermeulen, the world number 15. And the key thing about the Dutch team is they were on for a world record in the previous round, in the semi-finals, and they missed it on the last arrow. Will they be going for it again? Mikey Schlusser for the Netherlands gets the gold medal match underway. What a start. He might well be getting bored of getting called Mr. Perfect, but if he keeps hitting the 10...
There's nothing boring about shooting lots of 10s.
Not at all. Jody Vermeulen will have a lot on her mind, I'm sure. She shoots a 10 as well. We switch over to the Danish team, Tanja Gelantine, world number 8, with Stefan Hansen, the world number 10. Gelantine will shoot first. Long hold here.
Yeah, there is. You saw a little bit of communication there, but nothing else happening. She's really got to get this shot away.
Wow, they are going to be under a huge amount of pressure, and that's drifted right over into the 8. Wind?
Possibly, or just nerves. Just couldn't get that first shot off. You know, trying to make a process, it just wasn't going. Sometimes you're a bit nervous, you're not fully extended, and the shot doesn't break as you want it to. But yeah, great shot from Stefan Hansen. But the clock will be ticking. It's an average of 20 seconds they've got per arrow, and they will have used up a lot of that time now. We're going to see some quick arrows, I think, in the second segment.
Yeah, I think you're right. Schlusser just letting us know that's a 10 before the arrow makes it down the 50-metre range. It's very kind of him to let us know that.
Well, it's also a positive reinforcement for him. That's part of why he does it. You know, he knows it's going to go off in the right place. Everything looked perfect on it, and it's a yes, because that's, you know, that reinforcement of a great shot for him.
Vermeulen here holding on, and there is the world record chance gone again. Straight away, though, in the first end here, and an 8 for the Netherlands, and Jody Vermeulen means that even though there was a little bit of nerves and time is running out for the Danes, they have got a chance to keep close to the Netherlands. A 9 from Gelantine. She didn't look happy with it, but given the situation, not a bad result.
All right, so the drama unfolding here on the field of play and the number 1 in our gold medal match. An interesting situation at hand on the scoreboard.
I think we expected there to be higher scores. 37 and 38 are not bad at all, but having nearly shot a world record in the previous round, and the Netherlands shooting 3 10s through the first 3 arrows, Vermeulen's dropped into an 8, but the nerves of this lady here, Tanja Gelantine, really told the story of this first end.
Yeah, like stepping up onto this final field, you know, the camera's in front of you, it's only you on the field. When they're going through the rounds earlier in the week, you know, everyone's out on the field and it's much more relaxed atmosphere. The pressure's really on now. They know they're on this stage, so you know, you just got to get into it as quickly as you can. And again, whole year out last year, not much going on, and these guys, you know, you do as much as you can to prepare, but there's nothing like standing right on that shooting line.
No, and even behind closed doors, I would imagine even behind closed doors, it actually amplifies the fact that you are the focal point. The cameras are all there. There is no other external noise. So yes, the pressure is on, and with 14, 15 months without competition or meaningful competition, very tricky for these archers. Chance though for them to settle down, especially Tanja Galantine now, but it's a 36-point first end from Denmark, which means they'll shoot first in the second.
9.
Better start from Galantine. Interesting as well, you've seen a few pairings, marriages, in particularly with the USA. Ochoa Anderson marrying and changing allegiance from Mexico. Galantine clearly has got married, or Tanja has clearly got married to Braden Galantine, but she's not switched allegiances. She's sticking with Denmark.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's an individual choice, obviously, and she's certainly proud of her Danish roots, and so should she be.
Ranked number 8 in the world, but there's an element as well. I mean, look, I get sticking with your allegiances and staying with your nation, but there is an element, of course, that switching to the USA possibly would make it a little bit harder to get into the team.
Yeah, we talked a lot about that depth earlier, and there is a huge depth of talent in the USA.
There certainly is. Netherlands taking the opportunity that was presented by Galantine's 9, but Galantine makes it into the centre of the target for the first time in the match. So applying the pressure. But a perfect here from Schlesser and Vermeulen will put them at 3 points clear. I think we knew where his arrow was going to go. Still a super opportunity here for a big lead for the Netherlands at the halfway stage.
9.
Just dropping into the 9, but still a 2-point lead. It's come down to 1 arrow, Nikki.
Yeah, I mean, well, I think 2 points in it at the moment, the halfway stage, but yeah, it's going to be a close one all the way through. I mean, it could go either way here.
I'm glad you said that, because it feels to me that just that first arrow from Galantine, that long hold, it set the wrong tone for the Danish team from the start. Yes, they've recovered well, but it's almost like I can't really see the Netherlands dropping any points.
Yeah, but you just got to stick to your process. There's nothing you can do about the other team. You know, just get on the line, shoot your arrows. We've seen in other matches, you know, things can change over the course of these 4 ends. So stick to your normal shots and yeah, see what happens.
Yeah, well, they're still in it. There's an element of calm on the Dutch side of the shooting line. But leading by 2, it's not over until it's over, and we are only at the halfway stage. Does look like the Danes have settled after a very shaky start from Tanja Galantine. It will be Galantine that will step up first in end number 3.
Moving into end number 3, Denmark will shoot first on target 2.
Galantine looking a little more composed now than she was at the start of the match. She's hit the middle of the target.
10.
So, pressure switches over to Vermeulen and Schlüsser. I think I've noticed one thing, it looks a little chilly. And the sun is out, but it's not perhaps the spring-like conditions that we were expecting in Northern Europe. And certainly the Danes are layered up.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you don't want to be cold because then your muscles are tight and that brings tension, especially under these pressure conditions. So, yeah, a nice black base layer is going to keep you warm. I think it was about 13, 14 degrees is it now. But I think most people prefer that on being too hot. So it's I guess it's a bit of an individual one, that.
And what about the fingers? Does it have an issue with on either hand if it's chilly?
If it's cold, yeah. You know, when you're trying to text on your phone and your fingers are really slow, if you get that kind of feeling when you're shooting, that can really, you know, mess up your release. So it is important that your hands stay warm for sure.
An impressive pressure being put on by Denmark here. Stefan Hansen, well, number 10.
9.
Just drifted off into the 9. You could tell from his face that he wasn't particularly happy with that one. Oh.
10.
He really didn't like that one, but wow, it still went in the middle. Something was not right as it went off. He might just not been aiming in the middle, or something wasn't quite set up, but you know what, he is accurate enough that it still went in the middle.
Perfect as well in the end. Look, you don't hear Mike Schlüsser wailing out in anguish very often. I think that actually might be the first time I've heard it. But I was expecting there not to be an arrow in the target, but instead it's just a little bit right of centre.
But he's zoned in. You know, his normal is to shoot a 10. So for him, for the chance for it to be a 9, that was his reaction, because for him almost a 9 is missing. So yeah, you know, something wasn't quite right, but something else probably tipped the balance and made sure it still hit the middle.
It's a high bar Mr. Schlüsser sets for himself. But just as the Danes were looking like they're coming back into it, two ends of 39, the Dutch have still managed to eke out another point into the lead.
Yeah, there's not much you can do when your opponents are keeping everything in the middle and not dropping any points. So yeah, it's just tight on these matches. You know, 50 metres. We sort of expect sort of 10s most of the time, and you just can't afford to drop points.
You certainly can't, not against this Dutch team. Galantine there, who's found a way back into the middle, having had an anxious moment right at the start, holding on to the first arrow for what, at least 20 seconds, using up all her time and putting pressure on the Danes right from the start. Despite having made a little bit of a rally here, the Dutch team are so strong, they've just started to pull away. Time for end number 4. Can the Danes do anything to get back into this? They're trailing by 2.
Yeah, one of those arrows was upgraded actually. It was starred in the last round for the Netherlands and was upgraded by the judges.
Yes, the Danes were trailing by 3 coming into this. They've dropped to 9 in the first arrow. So despite a great score of 19 out of a possible 20, you do fear for the Danes when Schlüsser and Vermeulen get up onto the shooting line.
9.
What did we see there? Interesting, because that shot didn't actually look as bad, I'll say that in quotation marks, as the last shot we saw, but sometimes that just puts your confidence off a little bit, and you know, that might have been the reason for that 9 there.
Well, that's another 9 from Vermeulen. So just as I was saying, if you're worried after a 19, the Danes have actually clawed a point back here, now trailing by 2.
10.
Can't ask for more than that, a bit more pressure. As all know, a 10 is the minimum requirement here. Yep, means a 39 again and a 153. A potential 155 for the Netherlands with 2 10s. It was a 9 last time for Schlusser. Doesn't look affected. There's the 10. So now, as you can see, a 9 is required for the win. That's what Vermeulen shot in her last arrow. 9 for gold. And it's back in the middle of the target for Jody Vermeulen, who takes gold for the Netherlands here. It was a frightening start for Denmark, a long hold from Tanja Galantine. They did rally, but in the end, Jody Vermeulen and Mike Schlusser were just too strong, and they've taken the compound mixed team gold medal match here in Lausanne, the second stage of the Hyundai Archery World Cup. They just couldn't recover, could they?
No, it was just all from that first arrow, like you said. First one out there, maybe the nerves, something not right. You know, just that shot just wouldn't go off, would it, for her? So it's a shame. They've struggled all the way through, but you know, since then, good consistency through both countries, and a good match.
Yeah, it was a good match. It was good to see the Danes rallying after that incredibly long hold. It'll be interesting to hear what Tanja Galantine has to say. But there is confirmation. Netherlands are the winners of the compound mixed team gold medal here in Lausanne.
Celebrate the victory for